I don't believe in luck. You don't need luck when you work hard. I'm a grafter and top 5% in the world. And I'll put the hours in to make sure I am. When you don't want to do it, still do it anyway. Motivation will get you started, the dedication will carry you through. And if I need to bite down on the gum shield and have a proper fight, that's what I'm built for. You know, can you keep going when your legs hurt? Can you keep going when you've got a big gash in your face? Can you keep going when the other guy wants it as much as you? I don't see why I would lose. Fear isn't a factor. If you're dedicated, it's going to get you to the end, to the goal that you want. We've got to go to the end. So I'm Nathan Bendon. I'm 30 years old. I do Muay Thai at the highest level. I'm from Birmingham, Sutton Coldfield, and I've been fighting for around 20 years. I grew up on a council estate. There was 4 of us, so there's 3 other siblings that we grew up with. Single mom, busy house, busy childhood. You know, kid trouble, nothing major. Little scraps and, you know, egging cars and windows and, you know, being a little toe rag, to be honest. But, you know, I had good morals, I've got good parents, I've had a good childhood. It's character building at the end of the day. Your childhood molds the rest of your life, and you've got to be resilient. You've got to be able to deal with the real world, haven't you? And, you know, some of them exposures are important to becoming the person that you grow up to be, the man you are. It was just a gym round the local area. I used to leave school, go to the gym straight after before getting the bus home. And it was a bit of a routine, if I'm honest. It was school, gym, home. I wasn't very good at football. I didn't like the PlayStation because I wasn't very good at that. You know, I had lots of energy. I'd be in the house sitting there bored. I don't want to sit there and do homework. I want to go there and want to be active, you know. And Thai boxing was something that I found that I was quite good at, enjoyed, and obviously give me the release that I needed. I had my first C-class fight at like 15, so that was 15 years ago. And you're 15 years old. You're not a professional athlete. You're not a man yet. You know, you're a boy really. And I was doing men things, and I was doing it quite well. So it was part of my makeup. It was something that moulded me into what I am now. I won a British title quite early, and then I thought I could actually be quite good at this. So I started, you know, investing my time. I started working at the gym. I was training twice a day. I didn't go to college anymore. I left college. I was studying public services. I left there and thought, I'll make a big crack at Thai boxing. Mum wasn't too happy about it because, you know, I'm leaving education, and she wanted me to, you know, have something to fall back on. Also, Thai boxing, you know, there's no myth. It doesn't pay a lot. So to make any money out of it, you've got to be elite level, the top like 10% in the world. And, you know, like as a starter, it's going to be hard for a parent to see that you're going to be able to do that, you know. And also the sport it's quite, you know, damaging, and she don't want to see her son get punched up and elbowed and that, does she? So it was really 17. I started winning good fights, bouts, left college, left education, and just took it quite serious from there. Then I did a bit of boxing.
He brings to the ring a professional record of 3 wins and 1 loss. And wearing the black shorts from Sutton Coldfield, West Midlands, please welcome Nathan Bendon.
Didn't really enjoy it, but I did it purely for financial circumstances to improve my lifestyle currently. And then it was, right, you can do boxing and be the away fighter, fight the good lads and, you know, try and nick a win. Which, you know, some I did, some I won, some I lost. But it wasn't something that I loved and it wasn't something that I thought, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna build a name and a legacy. And I was 29 and it was like, you know, how long do you want to be fighting for? You're in a gym with your own fighters. You know, what do you want to be remembered for? And where, like, are you going to fulfill your potential? So I decided Thai boxing, finish on a high, and if I'm going to do Thai boxing, I'm going to do it to my full capability, and I'm going to take it 100%. Now it's 2-3 sessions a day. You know, I've got fighters in that come and travel. I travel up and down the country for sparring. Everything's organised, everything's put down on paper, what we're doing, when we're doing it. You know, the opponents are studied and we're developing. And, you know, I am now that top 10%, top 5%. I'll be the best in the world when I'm done. I've got a winner's mentality. I've got a winner's mindset. And like, if I believe it, it will happen. The law of attraction is a massive aspect of my life. And I'm truly a big believer of it. I do believe that I am going to be well remembered and top 5% in the world. And I'll put the hours in to make sure I am. I'm a grafter. It's like anything, if you put the work in, you're going to get the results, aren't you? Like if you revise for exams, you're going to have a good chance of passing them. It's exactly the same. If I put the work in and I do all the techniques and I perfect them as best as I can, there's no reason why I shouldn't pass the test on the night. Repetition, repetition. You want to be good at it, you got to do it a million times. Same thing. No point in doing loads of different things once or twice. You do the same things, the basics, the important things that are going to get you stronger, fitter. Do the right techniques that you need to be doing. You know, do them non-stop, day in, day out, for hours and hours, and then you've just got to perform. You know, and the night it's got to all come together. And there's no reason why it shouldn't. All you've got to do is what you've been doing in the gym. My biggest test was Adam Noy. Again, like I said earlier, if the techniques aren't working and you've got to have a ding dong, you know, I've got that in me, and that was Adam Noy, that was. The first, I was expecting to stop him in 2 rounds, 3 maybe, because his defense wasn't, he was very good left kick, but didn't block low kicks, and he didn't have good footwork. He had such a big aura about him. Like I was trying to kick his leg, he was blocking brilliantly. Every time I tried to throw a hand, he'd left kick nice. He was just poker face. He had no reactions, no emotions. And it was a WBC world title. You know, my biggest fight of my career. Everyone's biggest fight of their career if they're fighting for a WBC world title. You know, that's the pinnacle for the outside of one championship, that's the one everyone wants, you know? And it was, you've got to get past his defense. It was basically throw the kitchen sink and add a kick on the end. And that's what I did. You know, just volume, and you don't even have to hit him hard, but you have to be scoring, you have to be pushing him back. You know, I got cut with a big elbow in the last round, midway through the last round. You know, I was still marching forward, blood coming out everywhere, massive gash in my face. I was going forward, punching, kneeing, kicking, you know, pushing him back. I'm being relentless, having that ding-dong that I needed to have to get the W. You know, you might be able to beat me technically and, you know, IQ good, and, you know, you've been living in Thailand and fighting all the stadium champions in Thailand. But can you have a ding-dong?
One round is all I need. Knockout, mate. Let's go!
The toughest time in my career was actually last year. I went to Thailand. I was there 2 days, and my best friend hung himself. I woke up at 4 in the morning to go running. Had a phone call off my wife saying, you know, my best pal's hung himself. And I was in Thailand and no one else with me. I had one other lad. The death of my friend was fuel for that fight, because I got there and I was like, do I go home? Do I just sit here and get pissed and, you know, forget fighting and just drown in my sorrows and be upset? Or do I go there and make my family proud and, you know, fight in the little gloves and try and get noticed by one championship? How do I want to play? How do I want to digest this information, and how do I want to, you know, grow from this experience? So I fought, come back. I was signed to fight Nico Carrillo on the Super Showdown show. Tore a ligament in my MCL, got a grade 3 tear in my MCL. Like week 2 of training. You know, I've got a 10-week camp. I've 8 weeks left. Big tear in my MCL. There was a lot of trash talk. There was a lot of hype on the fight. You know, I'm defending the WBC. It's one that I needed to show up for. So I've got the death of my friend. I've got a torn MCL, and then I got some Scottish prat giving it 10 on social media. You know, I was in a bit of a dark place, and you know, I was told I needed surgery on my knee. But to do that, I'm going to have about a year out. You know, or I can rehab it and just hope it gets better over time, and don't kick hard and don't do this and don't do sprinting. And, you know, I chose a route to get back to full health as soon as possible. It didn't make me think I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be in this game anymore, and like I wasn't built for it anymore. But it was a hard time, and it was the support around me that made me feel, you know, do it for the right reasons. Use it as fuel. Make your friend proud, you know. And I went to Thailand for a month. Now I've got 2 daughters and a wife. You know, it's not easy just to be able to go across the world and train and sit in the sun and, you know, do what you love. Yeah, it's grueling. Yeah, I fought in Lumpini Stadium. I won. You know, I trained hard, but I also had a bit of downtime, and, you know, I miss my family a lot. It was a sacrifice that not only I had to make, but my wife had to make and my daughters had to make. You know. And for me, not being in the gym 24/7 and not doing 110% effort, I'm doing them a disservice, you know? I need to be able to give myself the best options, the best chance to perform and get that contract. And that's what all the sacrifices are about. Family is a blessing, beautiful. Make everything worth it, someone to fight for. Even if you don't win, even if you don't become the 5% in the world, they're gonna love you anyway, you know? There's no judgment. They love you anyway. They're gonna still be there. They're my biggest support. If I win that contract, I'll compete on one, get the belt, whatever. It's going to change our lives and my whole family's life. You know, and I'm lucky enough to be in that position to be able to do that. And I've worked enough to be able to put myself in that position. But I'm also very lucky to have a family and a support unit that allow me to follow my dreams as well. So I'm very grateful. Grafter, someone that believes it's possible. I didn't come from a lot. I didn't, you know, I've never been given anything. I've worked hard for it. And I will continue working because it will all be worth it. And I'm a very hard knight for anyone. Best in the world. You can or you can't, you're right. What do you think? You can or you can't, you're right. If you believe it will be possible. If you believe you can't, there's no way you're going to be able to do it. You have that belief, anything is possible. Like I'm doing everything that I can. There's no stone left unturned. Like I don't dodge a session, I don't dodge a round, and I don't, you know, half-ass anything. I put 110% in absolutely everything I do. And that's the way I've been brought up. If you want to be good at something, you can. You just have to work at it. Anything you want to do, you can be good at. You just got to put effort in. Fighting, punching, kicking, kneeing, elbow, you know, hurting each other. Defense. It's a wide range. It's part of skill, pain, fulfillment, combat's everything.